the news and interviews you know and love. It's the Northwest's #1 racing podcast, the Shaun in the Dirt podcast. This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt.
Rico Avery joins us right now. 2 for 2 at Skagit Speedway, huh?
Yeah, no, incredible race tonight. Just the way the inversion played out to come from 7th to the win. The track surface was unbelievable. I know it's a bit dusty, but it creates great racing when you have multiple grooves. And these guys on this 24 team just really had the car hooked up tonight.
Yeah, I mean, 2 nights in a row, 7th to 1st. I mean, that's not hard. That's not easy to do at all at Skagit Speedway, and you're dealing with local guys. I guess we call them local, but they're still really talented. Robbie Price has been all around the country. You had to go around him.
Yeah, I mean, it's the way the inversion is for the feature is it allows cars that don't necessarily qualify in the top positions, start up front. And I think that's really important, what that allows the track to kind of come to these teams and what makes exciting racing with the guys make mistakes at times and the good cars kind of rise to the top. And, the heat races were incredibly difficult tonight, from qualifying, falling off a little bit at the end to the inversion of the heats to the inversion of the feature. I think it just creates exciting racing, and that's why this place gets massive crowds, and we just try to continue to put on shows for the fans.
Well, the heat races tonight were so much better than last night. You saw a lot of moving tonight.
Yeah, the surface was a lot wider. It was harder, compact after last night's racing, and to come into tonight's, and you have that harder material you're working with. So we had to make some quite significant adjustments to our race car, and I think it just as the feature went, my car kept getting better and better tonight.
So I was sitting here while you were, doing your debriefs and all that, and then talking to all the great fans. I talked to your car chief, and he's your longest tenured, I hear, and 5 years, which is a long time out on the road. And he said it's so much fun to work for you. And that's a pretty good compliment coming from somebody that's been with you for 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, this is the team's 4th year together, and Zach's 5th. Or 3rd year, full time, and they're going into their 4th, and Zach's 5th season with me. So, I just really try to make sure these guys have incredible experiences at the races and at home, and break it up a little bit where it's not just always work. We get to travel, 200 days a year out on the road racing sprint cars. We try to race 85 times a night. Tonight was my 55th race this season, and a couple days ago I took the boys to Seattle just to spend some one-on-one time with them outside of racing. And I think just that those little things get really important when the season gets pretty brutal at times with the highs and lows that racing can create, and it can be really frustrating at times when you're not running well, and the team morale and commodity is can be difficult to manage, and these are professional workers out here working on race cars, and I think it makes it very appreciative when you run good and you enjoy those experiences. So I just try to stick close to these guys, if we're at the track or if we're away from the track, and they do an unbelievable job preparing my race car to try to continue for me to be consistent every race.
And the other thing too is, like some of the high limit guys, you haven't really raced. I mean, before last year, you hadn't really raced a series, so you raced even more than a lot of guys because you were racing everything. Yeah,
I did get to race quite a bit, and the way the high limit season allows us to go race with the World of Outlaws, Knoxville local. I ran a couple races out in California earlier in the year, and I just thank High Limit for allowing us to go do other things besides just committing to their series.
Yeah, all right. Well, good luck tomorrow night, man. Tomorrow night's the big money, right? So, I mean, tonight was 20, so that was cool. So he's got 10, 20, and then 126 tomorrow night. So, I don't see why you're not the top point guy, right? Even without looking at it, and you were going into tonight as top point guy, and you had another top. It had to have been 7-1 again. It had to be top point. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I haven't looked at it yet. But how could you not be? So good luck tomorrow night. You'll be spinning that wheel, and you'll be in the top 4 at least in the dash, right? And then from there you'll run a dash, and And how you been running? I hear you're gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm just excited to get to the opportunity to race for $126,000 tomorrow night.
And then let's not forget you won the whatever it was last year. So you're the defending champion of this race. So good. All right, good luck.
Thank you, guys.
This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. Ready? Robbie Price joins us right now. Man, how close to get that high limit win, huh?
Yeah, we were close. We were good. We were really good. A little too good early, maybe. I don't know. Just kind of got probably out experienced and out momentum there. I felt really good early. Just struggled a little bit in traffic. The track got so dirty. I was so good in clean air, but it got pretty dirty. So I just had to search around, and I probably should have tried the momentum in the top and 3 and 4 instead of trying to plug the bottom the whole time. It just kind of got me woed up, and Rico got by. But, I mean, obviously he's really fast here. Won last year, won last night, so hard not to complain about running second to him.
No, not at all. I mean, Rico, when he's having a bad couple weeks, just come here and it's like the rehab, huh?
Yeah, a little light switch went off or something. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but the locals showed out tonight. Had a really good run there, and you are kind of leading the run for the Skagit Speedway regulars. Last night we had one with Colton, and tonight we had you kind of. This has kind of been your thing lately, is running here. I mean, yeah, you go and run like speed weeks and stuff, but you don't miss a 410 race here.
Yeah, no, I got a really good group of supporters, a really good car owner, and a good crew that comes out and helps every week. So I can't thank them. I can thank them. I'll thank them lots here. Millstone Heating Sheet Metal helps me out. My dad comes down and helps me out every once in a while, and then Saratoga Motorsports Park, Robin Lee Layton, Malahat Auto Wrecking, Grinders Automotive, Shark Racing Engines, Cal Creek Mining Exploration. There's a lot of silent backers on this deal, and man, I appreciate every single one of them for letting me do this. It's a blast. We got a really great team. We got good equipment, and just it's a pleasure to drive.
Look how many people are around your pit. There's a lot of people that like Robbie Price tonight, huh?
Yeah, I think half of Vancouver Island's down here, so it's nice to show up for them.
Did you hear the anthem? They were singing it tonight.
Yeah, they're loud and proud.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it's just fun to see you have a success. I mean, this is fun, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's fun. Obviously, we haven't really had the best year, so to have at least one good run, man, I'm happy about it. So it's a little bonus pay tonight too, so that's always nice.
Yep. All right, so finish off the year here, and are we going to just continue to keep doing this there? It seems like it's working pretty good for you.
Yeah, more than likely. I mean, I don't think anybody's complaining yet, so none of us are sick of each other, so we might as well just keep rolling with the punches.
And Saratoga has been great supporter of you.
Yeah, they're rocking and rolling up there. They got a really nice racetrack up there, and everybody's fortunate that they came along and spruced that place up. So, it's been really good. And I appreciate them letting me do this.
Did I hear that someone tried to call you Bob one time?
Once or twice. I've been called a lot of things. Bob's not the worst.
but it's always Robbie to me.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. Well, Tyler Thompson joins me right now, running the 13 car. We'll figure out who the owner is and all that here in a second, because I don't even know. But Tyler, great run. You needed this, huh?
Yeah, like I said many times, I think this is probably the biggest moment of my career, and just a really strong run, really put together a great weekend so far. I mean, we qualified good both nights. I know last night we kind of struggled in the feature, struggled in our heat, but tonight we just put it all together and showed that we have the speed to run up front.
Yeah. Now, okay, so explain. The 13 car, is that the car that's currently in the sportsman point? It's currently second in sportsman points, but then it's got a different motor in it, obviously.
Yeah, so that's Jeff's car, or Red we call him, and him and Brock were kind of putting this deal together, and it's Brock's motor, kind of Brock's trailer. Brock helped put it all together, some of Brock's wheels, so it's kind of a little split. Like for the trophy, I'm like, what do we do? Do we cut this thing in thirds, or how do we divide this up? But no, it's just a really cool deal, really great people, really fun group, and I was leading into this. A lot of people had to kind of explain whose car I was driving, whose motor I was driving, but I'm like, this is going to be a good combo. Like, we're going to be fast, and I'm glad we're able to prove that to everybody.
And you've shown that you're just relaxed and cool, and you'll just run whatever as long as you can get a ride.
Yeah, I feel like Brock's deal, like I got to run his car after we wrecked at Dirt Cup last year, and I ran it once earlier this year, but it's just a great group of people. Like, at the end of the day, you want to have fun when you go to the races, and I feel like I do that with them. So when he called me Saturday morning, it was like, yeah, we're definitely going to do this. And sad we're going to miss the NARC point deal this weekend, but I think this definitely beats that. So
I think I talked to Mom and Dad tonight, and I think Mom yesterday and Dad tonight, and I was kind of bummed because the points, the driver points, still was a good there, and the Rookie of the Year, it would have been so cool. But hey, running third at a high limit race is pretty dang cool.
Yeah, like I'm such a big believer, and everything happens truly for a reason. And the timing was horrible. This weekend being lined up with the NARC deal, so we couldn't run it, was like, man, it's so tough to give it up. But I think this proves, everything does happen for a reason, and as long as you stick with it, good things can happen. So.
All right, I know you've just gotten in this car. Do we know any sponsors?
I know Herc Reynolds. I know. I don't know too many of them, but I'm sure they'll all be here. I'm sure they're all really excited. I'm really thankful for them. I'm really thankful for Brock and Jeff for putting this deal together and trusting me with their race car. And I'm just glad we could put together a good result for all their hard work.
All right, good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. Jason Solwold joins me right now, the most decorated driver at Skagit Speedway history, right?
Trey's catching up fast.
Yeah, but how many years have you counted the years yet? Got all your fingers and toes out and counted how many years you've been at Skagit Speedway?
Since 1993, so that's 32.
Minus the outlaw years?
Yeah, I think it was here every year, though, at least once.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, even when you had the outlaws?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, you got a big 360 win last week, so you're still winning even at all these years and the gray hairs and all that, right? You're still getting it done, aren't you?
Yeah, I just, I'm not going to have too many more of these. So I was, last night we were in a good position to, win one of these and knock one off. And we had some issues with the tire and a drive line broke there at the end. But and then tonight we started decent. I just didn't go nowhere. I couldn't get any momentum forward to pass, right? And I was just kind of holding my own. So I'm kind of a little disappointed about that because I'm ready. Like I feel as good as ever. So
yeah,
we just gotta. I don't know. We got something goofy going on with our car. It's not operating as normal. So we'll have to do some checking with that tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow goes a little bit better.
But still, fourth place run against against all these guys that are here. The local guys really were running up front tonight. It was kind of cool to see.
Yeah, Robbie was doing good. He took off like, a cannon, like he shot out of a cannon there on the start. And I don't know. I think maybe it just, the kids run down in my area now. So, there wasn't much of a top down here. 1 and 2, there was a little bit of a top, but it wasn't really necessarily the fastest line. Obviously, recapping the race last night, we had to watch Rico. I was kind of disappointed in that because he showed me a new line, and, that shouldn't happen. I should know all of them.
Well, isn't there there's the Solwold line, right?
Yeah, but he showed me a new one in turn 1 where I think he passed me. He passed a lot of his cars. Tricky Ricky's just got his car operating really well. He would obviously, Robbie fell off a little bit there towards the end, I think. Yep. And then Tyler was getting a little bit better because he went by, and I was just trying to hold my own. I didn't need a DNF, almost a DNF last night, but just trying to get, I just focused a lot on trying to get everything prepared and, getting our car just right, and I just let down a little bit.
That's okay. The guy sitting next to me was never been to Skagit, flew in from Pittsburgh today to visit family, and he decided to come one night to Skagit, and he's never been here before. And we said, I said, well, watch the 18 car, and then I said, also, do you remember who that is? And then we had to go back to the R19, and he said, oh yeah, I think I remember the R19. So, you have to remember, you have to jog these guys' memories, right?
I got to jog my memory too sometimes. A lot of times I'm not really a race watcher, per se, but these days I think these guys actually did their homework before they showed up here. There's so much YouTube footage now of you know, myself, Trey, everybody here. And, you know, they can watch the whole format and watch our lines qualifying and stuff. So, you know, it's just like the YouTube and that stuff we don't necessarily have a super advantage being a local car anymore, right?
Right.
Because it's so visual now.
Right.
So,
and then we get a little bit of track different, like last night. It seemed like it was a little different than what you guys have seen, or that's what I had kind of heard. Unfortunately, I don't get up here as enough anymore, and with you running just here now, it's kind of a treat when I get to come up here a couple times a year to see you race, because I don't get to see you much more that often anymore. You know, it's kind of a treat.
You know? Yeah, I just I'm kind of a homebody now, and I try to, you know, I just figured I started my career here, so I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to try and do the best I can. And I'm not, you know, I as long as I'm still feeling capable of winning, then I'm going to keep doing it. But, you know, as you get older, a guy wants to learn different things. I mean, I'd like to see what normal life is like. I've never had a normal summer. Like, I'm always racing, gone, and, you know, 100% constant focus on, you know, race car thinking, and it'd be kind of fun to go do other things. That's my only thing is, like, you know, we only live once, so I've had a really good time doing this, and I like it. I mean, I still enjoy it, don't get me wrong. It just I think we just put so much focus into it anymore that it, you know, when the results aren't there, it just gets a little bit disappointing. You know, I figure we should be better, and I make mistakes still, just like everybody else. So we just got to gather it up and try and make it better for tomorrow is all we can do.
Every time I come over to talk to you, or every time I see your car out there, I miss Heavy D still. You know, I tell you, I miss that guy. You know, because I talk to that guy every time I was at a racetrack. And so when I come over here, I think of him more too, and especially when I see the 18 get out there. You know, I was like, so I want to give a shout out because it's been a couple years now, and I still miss that guy. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like we're missing more and more people. It's more common for some reason. It just
we're getting old.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not necessarily getting older if they're just.
Jason, we're getting old. Remember, I talked to Jesse Schlotfeld when he was like 6. Remember, on the front stretch at Deming, he was like 6. How old is he now? Right? We're getting older.
Is he 21?
Like 25, something like that. Something like that. I don't know, something like that.
I don't know if he's that.
Look at Trey. I interviewed Trey when he was Rookie of the Year in like 13, 12, 11, 10. What year was that? So we're not getting any younger, are we? So who would you like to thank?
Oh, I just got to thank my wife and Mike Anderson, because Mike, he's just a race nut. I've been trying to get him retired for the last few years. Just it's just getting so expensive, and that's what mainly why we just race up here. It's close to home, the money's good, and I still enjoy it.
All right. So, well, congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, thank you, bud.
This is Shaun here in the dirt. Brenham Crouch joins you right now. Well, the weekend started good, or the week started good with the bowling. Right? Yep. And then good run tonight, huh?
Yeah, no, it's been a really, really good week, fun week. We struggled in the feature last night, and that kind of hurt us in points, but luckily it looked like we made up everything that we lost tonight. So we should be in a good spot. I just can't thank my guys enough. They've pushed me to be my best all year, and I feel like we all just return that favor to each other, and that's what, we share the same values, and that's really what makes a team go and get through those hard times, like me struggling with my inexperience and those guys trying to compensate with the car and helping me out on the driver's side too. So yeah, no, I'm really happy with the progress we're making and the hole we kind of dug out of to start this West Coast swing.
Yeah, what do you think about the Skagit Speedway? Does it fit your driving?
Yeah, I got to thinking, and honestly, it races a lot like the Expo Center, in my opinion. Maybe a bit wider, but I mean, it honestly, you got to either plug the bottom late in the night, or you got to be buried in some kind of something to get going. And I mean, there's a bit more banking, but yeah, to me, it races the same, similar. You could run here just like you're on a midget there. So I guess if I had to compare it to anybody, it'd be there. And I feel like that's a pretty good reputation to like hold up to.
I did not expect to hear that answer.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could be completely wrong, but that's what I see in my head.
Yeah. Talk about the season. I mean, you made a big move this year to get in this 5-car. Talk about that move and what was your mindset getting into the season and how's it been going for you?
Yeah, there were a lot of questions like, hey, are you ready for this? Like, this is, everybody was making sure I knew how tough it was going to be and the standards that were going to be held up. And, I dug deep and everybody really dug deep, worked hard in the off season. And, I got to thank my dad for helping me out with this deal and the whole team and crew, Barry and Chad and everybody who's given me a chance. And, I think that it's going just fine. It's no easier than anybody would have said it would have been. It's definitely tough. There's nights you question you're doing it, and there's nights you feel like you're on top of the world, right? And so, I think that honestly it was the right move for us, like getting away from the family car and just, spreading my wings to get a little more independent and becoming, a race car driver and, trying to do it for a living. And that's exactly what I want to do.
All right, well, you got tomorrow night, one more night on this West Coast swing, and then you got a long journey back to port and keep the season finished up here.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Thank you.
All right, this is Shaun, and you're in the dirt.